Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. Well, thank you for being part of this little interview and for being part of the Success 2020 Streamline Your Life and Business this first quarter of 2020. And as one of the graduates, thank you for imparting some of your wisdom that has come with you through this process. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions around the course. And my hope and my desire is that it will help somebody thinking, I wonder if this is for me, whether or not it's a yes or if it's a no, because that's what's most important, to say yes to all our yeses, as you would say. I copied that from you. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning, way back in, late December when you were thinking about the course. Can you remember back then, like, what made you say, oh my gosh, yes, this is the thing for me? Like, what were you thinking about right then? What made you say yes?
What I was thinking about, and as I was reading what it was going to be about, is, oh my God, this really can help me around my productivity.
Okay.
I'm pretty ADD-ish,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so I can think I have to do like 15 things at the same time and get overwhelmed there.
Right.
So definitely when I saw how everything was being organized, it felt very safe to me, like, oh, I could do that.
Right,
It
right.
sounded good.
It sounded good. So it sounds like you're maybe having a little trouble with productivity organization. And I'm just wondering if you might want to share with anybody who's listening, like maybe one or two practical things that were kind of like you needed to overcome.
Absolutely. In my mind, I would think I could get done that amount of stuff.
Okay.
And yet, in truth, what I learned from your program is how to prioritize what would really make a difference in my life, whether it had to do with business or home or health or whatever it
Yeah.
is, just to make that level of commitment. And I had the clarity that this was the priority. So if I got ABC done, I would feel like
Right.
I've accomplished it. And then I'd have other time. So everything in life while I've been working with you and doing
Yeah.
this program feels more balanced.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, great. So maybe said a slightly different way. Tell me if I'm missing anything.
Okay.
It'd be like you were having this experience of wanting to get all this stuff done in your day. And if you didn't get all this done in your day, then maybe you might have felt like a failure and kind of had that all or nothing, like, oh, forget it, I'm not going to do anything. Like that deflated, like, oh, forget it, it's not for me, or that kind of stuff. Is that a little bit true? Kind of
It,
true?
it is. And it was also that I wasn't clear on my priorities because I thought I had to get everything done.
Yeah,
I would end up doing half of it
right.
and not always what really would have been the priority.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the
And
rest was
so
left. And I felt like, oh, I don't have any more energy.
energy. So
And
let's touch on that for a minute.
okay.
One thing you really shared with me is that your energy and and working with your energy was one of your big takeaways, right, from this
That
class?
was a big shift, a
It was
big
a
shift.
big shift. So that when you worked with your energy versus when you're thinking, oh, I got to do all this stuff and it's like exhausting, right? You shared with me, like, I was so tired, but it wasn't being tired as much as it was being overwhelmed. Didn't you tell me that?
Yes. And how that worked out really well for me is through this program. Like when I work with my clients, even if it's in the afternoon, I am not just fully present, but I am fully energized. And
Wow,
that's
that's a big
because
deal.
that's a really big deal. And normally, morning is my time for great energy. And
Yeah,
yet I've learned in the program how to really honor my morning.
yeah,
So for me, part of that is, doing some self-care, loving things. Doesn't
yeah,
matter what they are, they're the things that are important to me. And
yeah.
once I've done them, then the time I spend, which you've helped me so much with, around the business and putting in my clients and just prioritizing
Oh,
has
that's
felt
beautiful.
has felt easier, so much easier.
So you don't get that exhaustion and that overwhelm, and you're able to give more to the people that, you know, are paying you money and feel better.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
And I've also, through the program, been able to really honor how I'm feeling. So I can take things in little bites and
Yeah.
maybe rest in between, or take a walk, or do some yoga, or take exercise, just really honoring the energy that's going on.
Yeah. So for you, what I'm hearing about is like it's productivity and it's business, and it's intertwining that in your life in a way that's really working for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
And it's given me more clarity on a business end of where I desire to go. I feel even
Ooh.
freer, and that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
We all desire that freedom. At least I believe. If you're an entrepreneur, more than likely you want to be free, right?
Absolutely.
So I find that while this program can really help a lot of people, who tends to gravitate to it a bit more would be the kind of entrepreneur, the somebody that's doing a lot of things, maybe forgetting about their foundation, their self-care, the bottom of their cake, so to speak, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, great. So it sounds like you got a lot out of this, and we talked about specific things. What would you say to somebody who isn't really sure? Because maybe, you know what, maybe their life it's okay the way it is. Like, what about questions to ask themselves, like, what is this program for me? This would be a yes, and this would be a no. Like, do you have any advice for
I
someone
do.
considering it?
I do. I
Okay.
like how you said that. And as you know, to me, everything's either a strong yes or no or not yet.
Yes.
So I would say, as you're listening to what I'm saying, if there's a piece of it, things that get, just like Carol said, could be good. If you have this yearning for things to be better,
Mm.
if you want to feel more organized, if
Mm-hmm.
you want to feel more in the balance, if you want to really, if you're yearning, because this was the big thing for me, to know that there's aspects of my life I desire to open up to and let flow. And if that's who you are, there's more things you want to give in this
Yeah.
life around business, let's say, or to your family, whatever it is,
Right.
just to have that balance and the freedom and to really believe in yourself and to know, and this is one of the things that you teach, is how to do it in a way that feels safe. Who you
Beautiful.
are.
Then
Yeah.
that would be a yes. Who would be a no, do you think?
A no would be someone that doesn't want to put any effort right now with no judgment, but doesn't have the desire to change anything around what's going on. Maybe there's been a lot of life changes and they just want to be. So
Right.
no, and that's perfect for them. So this is really for someone that wants to see and feel things different than what's
Yeah.
going on right now for them in
Yeah.
in their life.
Yeah, that's perfect. And one more question. So since you have this kind of piece around how you're working your business and your life, what does that mean for you for your next step? Like, what are you going to do for the better, greater good? Do you want to unleash any of that?
Well, sure. So here's the thing. I don't need to go to what feels too big. I can
Mm,
start at where I feel safe and know I'm going higher, 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 which for me is helping more and more people to bring to help them to feel the love and the joy of who they are. I now have several ways I can do that, and it feels wonderful to know that I'm doing it in bite-sized pieces and
mm-hmm.
everything is flowing in the right way. So your course
Yeah,
has definitely given me the freedom to feel safe to grow
that's beautiful.
in all areas of my life.
So what I know about entrepreneurs is that they're always coming up with like a new idea and a new, big idea. Like they want to save the world in their particular way, right? Isn't that so
Mhm.
true? Most of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we can be so excited at first and then get part way down the hill and just go like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. I got all this. And you start getting pulled in different ways. This program, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, helps us build these things in bite-sized pieces and helps us build our own productivity success cake so that in 2020 and beyond, we're successful. Anything to add to that?
That if you have any questions, if your heart feels open, your heart, your mind, any part you're hearing, yes, I think, even a yes, I think is worth getting in touch with Carol and asking her questions and
Yeah.
telling you, this is what's going on in my life. What do you think? Do you think I would be a good fit?
That's a really great point, because not everybody is a good fit.
Not everybody is.
Right.
And yet when you are,
Yeah.
this is definitely a phenomenal program.
Thank you.
So I
And that
think,
brings something up, is that I also offer, you can try it on for 30 days. And if it doesn't work out for you, no worries. Within that 30 days, as long as you show up and you do your part, 30 days later, if you don't want to be part of the program, I write you a check. So that is my guarantee from my heart to your heart, because I do not want you here if you're not feeling like it's right for you. So there's
and
really
I want to add one more thing. I'd like to
yeah.
add one more thing. Another part for me of the way you do things
Yeah.
is you really listen
Mm.
to what your students, whatever we're your students. I don't know. Well, the people that are taking your programs,
Clients.
your clients, what's going on with us, so you can really even self-direct the program a little bit more, and you
Yeah.
tweak things, and you don't give any busy work. Everything that you've asked us to do is to further ourselves in the way that we're desiring to grow. So I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that, because I'm not a busy work kind of person.
Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like to call it the productivity cake is your own flavor and your own size and your own shape, because we're all unique individuals. Joanne, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. I really appreciate you taking your time to do this interview today. I hope you have a good one. See you on the other side.
Absolutely. Thank
Bye.
you so much. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.